enable the two leaders brief the press on key issues. The two leaders have been discussing issues of bilateral trade relations, with cocoa trade being a key component. Let's now cross over to the Flagstaff House now.
And security to combat human trafficking, money laundering, drug trafficking, and the proliferation of arms. Both presidents agreed to intensify bilateral cooperation for the development of a win-win strategy for a sustainable cocoa industry. In this regard, the two leaders expressed commitment to the ongoing discussions between the Ghana Cocoa Board and Le Concierge Café Cacao to develop joint marketing strategies in the international trading platform and other related issues in the industry, and pledged to work together to enhance border security to curb the smuggling of cocoa. Both presidents acknowledged the spirit of brotherliness with which the maritime dispute between the two countries was handled from the beginning. The two leaders expressed commitment to ensure the smooth implementation of the ruling by the Special Chamber of the International Tribunal of the Law of the Sea, ITLOS, on the delimitation of the maritime boundaries between the two countries. In order to achieve this, the two leaders announced the establishment of a joint committee for the implementation of the ITLOS judgment and indicated that the composition of the committee would be decided later. The two presidents also agreed to meet at least once every year, alternating in each other's country to guide and promote the implementation of the common strategies policies. After 2 days of deliberations, the two countries will sign the following agreements: Strategic Partnership Agreement between the Government of the Republic of Ghana and the Government of the Republic of Cote d'Ivoire. Memorandum of Understanding between the Government of the Republic of Ghana and the Government of the Republic of Cote d'Ivoire for geological and mineral cooperation. Memorandum of Understanding between the Government of the Republic of Ghana and the Government of the Republic of Cote d'Ivoire for industrial cooperation. And lastly, Memorandum of Understanding for the establishment of a joint technical experts subcommittee for the monitoring of pollution from the illegal mining activities in the Bia and Tano River basins shared between Ghana and Cote d'Ivoire. President Akufo-Addo bestowed the honor of the Companion of the Star of Ghana, Honorary Division, Ghana's highest civilian national honor, on President Ouattara for his untiring efforts at ensuring social justice, peace and security at the domestic as well as the international level for his leadership qualities. President Ouattara expressed his gratitude to President Akufo-Addo for the very warm welcome and brotherly hospitality accorded him and his delegation in Ghana. Done at Accra, this 17th day of October 2017, in the English and French languages, both texts being equally authentic, and signed on behalf of the Republic of Ghana by the Minister for Foreign Affairs, Shirley Ayoko Botwe, and also on behalf of the Republic of Cote d'Ivoire, signed by Mr. Marcel Amontano, Minister for Foreign Affairs. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Ministers. I'll now invite Mrs. Sena Siamboatin, Director of the Foreign Ministry.
Your Excellencies, Ministers of State, the press, we're about to sign the agreements that were discussed during the visit. The first agreement will be Memorandum of Understanding between the Government of the Republic of Ghana and the Republic of Cote d'Ivoire for industrial cooperation, to be signed for Ghana by Honorable Alan John Kwadwo Tremantin, Minister of Trade and Industry, and for Cote d'Ivoire, Jean-Claude Brou, Minister of Industry and Mines.
So a memorandum of understanding being signed currently between the ministers, trade ministers of both countries. It just signed of industrial cooperation between Trade Minister Alan Tremanting and his Ivorian counterpart, which has been signed. Just been signed. So live from the Flagstaff House. It's the second day of the Ivorian president's visit to Ghana. Some agreements are being signed, after which a joint press conference will be made. So the second agreement.
For the establishment of the Mineral Committee and the Joint
For the establishment of Mineral Committee and Joint Technical Subcommittee for the monitoring of pollution for illegal mining activities in the Bia and Tano River basins shared between government or Republic of Ghana and government of Republic of Cote d'Ivoire. Professor Kwabena Frimpong will be doing it for Ghana. Minister of Environment, Science and Technology and Innovation will be doing it, and Cote d'Ivoire counterparts also will be doing that for them. So this is to check the pollution of the water bodies, illegal mining, very key. And President Akufo-Addo, when he went to visit his counterpart in May in La Cote d'Ivoire, they discussed this. So this is the time for the signing, the joint agreement being signed to ensure that the water bodies would not be affected. Solutions will be looked for to ensure that pollution of the water bodies will be stopped. So this is the agreement by the two countries. It's being signed by the Environment Minister in his short and his counterpart. More memorandum will be signed today, as some ministers are standing by to do that. Earlier, Information Minister, Foreign Affairs Minister, I should say, read the communique of both countries, where the ITLOS ruling was agreed on, and a joint commission, strategic commission signed between the two. The president agreed on that it will rather favor the two countries than separate them, to strengthen and foster relations between the two countries. President Akufo-Addo has been saying that he needs to foster stronger relations between himself and the ECOWAS states, especially ECOWAS members, in order to benefit from trade and commerce. And the ITLOS ruling has come to cement relations rather than split the two countries. So it's very key for the two countries. So currently being signed is a memorandum on pollution, strategic way of ensuring that water bodies, galamsey activities are stopped. So presentation being done right now. Live from the Flagstaff House. Memorandum of understanding being signed between La Cote d'Ivoire, Ghana and La Cote d'Ivoire. Third one, memorandum of understanding between the government of Morocco and Republic of Cote d'Ivoire and Ghana for mining and geological cooperation. Honorable John Pitame will do it for Ghana, Minister of Lands and Natural Resources for Ghana, and then Cote d'Ivoire counterpart will be doing that. So, MOU for mining and geological cooperation between La Cote d'Ivoire and Ghana, and the Minister for Mines, John Peter Amewu, signing on behalf of Ghana, and Ivorian counterpart standing for his country. This agreement come to foster and strengthen relations between the two countries. Relations between Ghana and La Cote d'Ivoire date way back to centuries. We've had border dispute. We've had challenges with them, but over the years, there's been efforts to strengthen relations between the two countries, and today is one of such. So, memorandum of understanding being signed there. Mines and geological cooperation is being signed. Mines and geological cooperation memorandum of understanding currently being signed, and John Peter Amewu, the minister in charge of mines, is signing on behalf of Ghana, and then his Ivorian counterpart doing it for the country. If you just join us, you're watching live from the Flagstaff House. Day 2 of President Ouattara of La Cote d'Ivoire's visit is here with entourage, the ministers and the government officials here, and today a signing memorandum of understandings between the two countries. Joint communique finally. Minister of Foreign Affairs on Foreign Affairs Minister will be doing that. That's the last one for today. To strengthen foreign relations between the two countries. Shalea Koboche, the Minister for Foreign Affairs, doing it on behalf of the Ghana, and the Ivorian counterpart doing it for the country. So in all, a total of four memorandum of understandings have been signed here today, and which afterwards the president will, together with his Ivorian counterpart, will address the press. We're bringing you live coverage from the Flagstaff House. If you just join us on TV3, this is what we are bringing you.
Now time. The President, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, will sign, and on the side of the Republic of Cote d'Ivoire, signed by His Excellency Alassane Ouattara, President of the Republic.
So this is the final agreement between the two leaders, strategic partnership agreement, and President Akufo-Addo is doing it on behalf of the country, and his counterpart, Alassane Ouattara, will do it afterwards. Relations between the two countries has been cordial over the years. And today marks a very important and significant landmark in the relations strategic partnership agreement being signed currently in your shot. President Akufo-Addo doing it for the country, and Alassane Ouattara, the president of La Cote d'Ivoire, doing it for his country. This agreement will ensure that the IDLO's judgment is taken in good stride and worked on or done on them to ensure that they benefit the two countries. President Akufo-Addo in his speech yesterday says they should work together to ensure that the people rather benefit from the outcome of the judgment rather than dividing them. So this partnership agreement is being signed to foster that cordiality and to strengthen the bond the more. Yeah, so live from the Flagstaff House. The two leaders just signed a strategic partnership agreement. They will proceed to address the press. So let's join the feed and get the press conference.
Vice President, members of the Ghanaian delegation, members of the Ivorian delegation, ladies and gentlemen of the media, first of all, to reiterate again the pleasure that we have all had in having President Alassane Ouattara and this impressive delegation visit with us in Accra these last 2 days. It's obvious the reasons why Ivorian and Ghanaian leadership should always be in harmony and working together. Our two peoples demand it. We're neighbors, we're bounded by so many ties. And working together is the best guarantee that the various strengths that we have individually can be put together for the benefit of our two populations. I've been particularly lucky in my period as President of Ghana that I have on the Ivorian side a man of the stature and experience and quality of Alassane Ouattara. It has been a particular blessing for me as Ghanaian President that the Ivorian side should have such a leader. These 2 days have proved very fruitful, and I believe as the various agreements that have been worked out begin to play out in the public space, the Ghanaian people and the Ivorian people will see the necessity of this visit and its value to them. The delegation that came from Cote d'Ivoire speaks for itself in terms not just of the numbers, but of the significance of the ministers who came. I can say that on my part, virtually my entire government is here, and I suspect President Ouattara can say the same. And it is a measure of the importance that we attach to the relationship that these two groups of people have been assembled. They've done a tremendous amount of work, and I want to congratulate all the ministers involved on both sides and their leaders, the two ministers of foreign affairs, for an extremely productive engagement over these 2 days, which have been reduced into writing in the various memoranda that have been and agreements that have been executed this morning. I think all of us understand one thing, that beyond the arrangements on paper and whatever technical understandings that there may be, if there is no will to make the words on paper live in the lives of people, they remain exactly that, words on paper. I'm very confident that in President Ouattara, I have a partner who's determined to translate the words we have found on paper into concrete actions to the benefit of our two peoples. That political will, that determination, that we move into an era of greater and greater intimacy, is what will give meaning to the work that we have done to these last 2 days. It's obvious that if Ghana and Cote d'Ivoire remain in harmony and are determined to work together, the benefit will inure not just to our populations, but to the wider group of people in our West African region. We should and can be, and I believe that now we're making it clear to the world that we are determined to be the motor, the vehicles that make possible the greater cooperation and integration of the peoples of West Africa. That has to be our future. And today we are pointing to that future, a future of cooperation, a future that can allow us to go over artificial divisions like language and borders. On the Ghanaian side, there's still a lot of work to do to make sure that we are fully bilingue, as they say in French. But it is work that we're going to do. Okay. And all of that to reinforce the need for us to proceed step by step, always in consideration, recognizing the various particular points of view we may have on specific issues, but committed always to the overall goal of working together to promote the greater good of our people. I want to use the occasion once again to say a very, very big welcome to all of you, and I hope that your stay in Accra is something that you will remember, that you came to Accra and had a really... So, Monsieur le Président, simplement encore de vous dire comment je suis élu. Je suis très honoré par votre présence ici à Accra et par cette forte délégation que vous avez amenée avec vous. Je pense que ça c'est la direction que nos deux pays doivent prendre. Direction d'amitié forte, de collaboration étroite, qui fait que le peuple ivoirien, le peuple ghanéen sera en avant pour la construction de notre communauté de la CEDEAO. Moi, je pense que si c'est ça qui va nous marquer notre époque en tant que leader de la Côte d'Ivoire, leader du Ghana, ce sera une bonne chose. Alors encore, je vous remercie vivement pour cette visite et je vous souhaite bon retour à Abidjan. Merci. Et j'espère que ce sera très bientôt que ce sera là aussi à Abidjan. C'est une vieille ville à moi, Abidjan. Comme beaucoup d'ici le connaissent très bien. Alors, encore Alassane, merci beaucoup. Merci.
Monsieur le Président, un grand merci au nom de la forte délégation qui m'accompagne. Vous dire toute notre joie d'avoir passé ces jours à Accra. Et ce sont des moments mémorables. Je crois que ma délégation est d'accord avec moi que c'est une visite d'État que nous ne pourrions jamais oublier. Et merci pour la chaleur de l'accueil, pour votre disponibilité, pour toutes les attentions qui nous ont été données et la magnifique soirée d'hier également. Et comme vous le disiez tout à l'heure, nous avons, malgré le tour de la ville, malgré la soirée formidable que nous avons eue, mais nous avons beaucoup travaillé. Nous avons beaucoup travaillé. Et d'ailleurs, la preuve en est donnée par l'accord de partenariat stratégique, qui est un document important, qui couvre tous les domaines essentiels pour que nos deux pays puissent aller de l'avant. Et nous avons choisi de manière minutieuse les secteurs qu'il fallait pour pouvoir avancer. Et comme vous l'avez dit, tout cela dépend de la volonté politique. Et vous et moi, nous en avons. Nous avons la volonté politique de faire avancer nos deux pays ensemble. Et je voudrais vous dire toute ma confiance, vous dire que
The president has just finished his, and the Ivorian president is speaking now, responding and speaking to the press as well. Okay. So we'll go back to him because he'll be speaking English pretty shortly. We understand.
Félicitations. Félicitations. Et c'est une leçon importante, je crois, pour tous les pays de la sous-région et tous les pays du continent. Les élections doivent d'abord se faire sans violence et que les résultats des élections doivent être acceptés. Car ce qui importe, c'est le futur. Ce n'est pas nécessairement le jour de l'élection que l'on gagne ou que l'on perde, parce que c'est la nation. C'est le progrès pour tous les concitoyens qui doit guider notre action politique. Et je peux vous dire que j'ai toujours été moi-même dans cet état d'esprit. Donc je voudrais vous féliciter, Monsieur le Président, pour votre leadership. Vous êtes un grand démocrate, vous l'avez prouvé. Et vous dire aussi qu'avec les politiques que vous venez de renforcer au Ghana, je suis sûr que le Ghana est en train de sortir très rapidement de la crise économique qu'elle a connue ces derniers temps. Nous avons regardé ensemble les différents indicateurs qui vont dans le bon sens. La croissance reprend, l'inflation baisse, les réserves se reconstituent et ainsi de suite. C'est dire que sous votre leadership, le Ghana retrouvera la place qui est la sienne au sein de la CEDEAO et également au sein de l'Union africaine et du continent. Donc, Monsieur le Président, au nom de la délégation qui m'accompagne, je voudrais vous dire toute notre gratitude pour votre aimable hospitalité et vous dire que, évidemment, nous sommes toujours très heureux d'être à Accra, comme vous-même à Abidjan, et je suis sûr que nous continuerons de nous voir souvent, soit à Accra, soit à Abidjan. Toutes mes félicitations, Monsieur le Président. The director of protocol wanted to have a translation in English. I said, no, everyone speaks in French here.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Press.